Hello and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about the most important thing in life, the most important thing. What is the most important thing? Well, first of all, the most important thing can be very dangerous, very destructive. The most important thing for you might not necessarily be the most important thing for someone else. The most important thing has the potential to create wars between you and your friends, your family, countries. You see, what's important for you, what's the most important thing for you, shouldn't be pushed onto other people. What happens in life when we believe something is the most important thing, it can become difficult not to assume that it is the most important thing for other people as well. We need to remember at all times when interacting with other people that what we think we know about that person is not what the person actually is, and what we think we know is only a very small part of that person. It's only what they show us. Some people will have a different face for all the different people and situations, scenarios, and you only have a certain perception of that person. Partially what you see when you see another person is what they show you and what you choose to believe about your preconceived assumptions, notions about that person going in, and then the statements you make in your mind saying, that person is such and such, is this, is that. So it's a combination of a story in your mind about that person and a small piece of what you've seen, what they've shown you, which is extremely limited. So a person could never truly know what is the best thing for another person, because you'd need to really understand that person on the deepest level. To say what the most important thing is, even for yourself, is foolish. The most important thing, you really have to think of that for a second. The most important thing for you today might not be what the most important thing for you was yesterday, 5 days ago, a year, a month. What you think the most important thing is can change. So does that make it the most important thing? Really? As much as what you think right now is the most important thing, as intensely as you feel that, one has to look back into their past and say, wow, I've been here before. And many times I thought this was the most important, and so on and so on. And I've seen that I have changed many times. So how can I make an assumption as to what is the most important thing for another person when what I feel the most important thing has been changing constantly my entire life? So what is the most important thing? Nothing. There is no such thing. To categorize things in level of importance, one needs to understand that, again, as I mentioned, that changes. So you have to approach these sort of things with a light heart. and not take it too seriously. Let others be the way they are. Let yourself be the way you are, and allow yourself to change, to go with the flow. You may have things that you value more now, that you think are more important right now. Then by all means, go ahead and act on that. Go ahead and live through that in your experience. Fulfill that desire to accomplish what you believe right now is the most important thing. Go ahead, go for it. And there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that can bring in some negativity there is when you hold it like a flag and you're proud of it, so everybody else can see you waving your flag of what the most important thing is. And then you're going to polarize people. You're going to have people that agree with you and people that disagree with you. When you polarize people, you're asking to fight with people, and you're also asking for people to side with you and fight with you against those people. So put your flag down. The most important thing will change. There is no most important thing. There's simply desires. You might feel one thing to a certain intensity now. Tomorrow it'll be something different. And just enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Go ahead and explore the different dimensions of your own being. But don't put a flag over your shoulder. Put that down. Don't polarize people based on your beliefs, at least the best that you can. You're going to find yourself doing this in life, and it's not about never doing things that harm other people. That's not what life is about, because in reality you're going to. You don't want to beat yourself up when you do something you feel bad against or bad for doing, but it's to recognize it as you're doing it so that you can help disarm yourself. How do you react to certain situations? How do you react when you do something that you feel in the moment is not right for you? As long as you're aware of what you're doing will have a different quality. When you notice that you're carrying your flag and waving it proudly, and then you can recognize that certain people are looking at you with attack in their eyes, you might recognize that the best decision in that moment is to put your flag down and help disarm that person, because maybe that's not what you truly meant to do. Maybe you're not actually trying to make enemies. Maybe you're only trying to get people to agree with you. So making enemies and waving your flag might be the wrong approach. You might realize these sort of things when you become aware. And the more aware you are, the more often you might realize yourself that what the most important thing for you is not the most important thing for another person. And to push your beliefs onto other people can only do one of two things. But in the end, it's going to create a separation. You're going to give someone a reason to not like someone else, and also like someone else. You're going to make a split where two people might have got along before. This person might say, I don't like you anymore, or might say, I like you more. But either way, you're going to have a divide. And that's the way of conquer and divide. That's the way of domination, war. So, in what you believe is the right thing, do you truly want to make war around you? Is that really what you're trying to do? when you're trying to do what you believe is the right thing, the most important thing. Now, on the flip side, when you act on what you feel is the most important thing, but you don't wave your flag, that will lift you up to heights you have never imagined in your life. People will see a certain freedom about you. They will feel a certain level of enthusiasm, and you will become a magnet where people will look up to you and want to be more like you. This is not the goal, but this can help give people a lift up where they can come to their own realization that, yeah, I can do that too. That person has something. He has a certain level of freedom. I want to be that happy, and I can be that happy as well. So you become a beacon of light. You overflow when you act on what you believe is the most important thing, without waving your flag, without separating or causing war between other people, without pushing it onto people. When you simply go through the motions of your own experience, you can help motivate other people to also follow their dreams and to live their life to the fullest and to truly live life. Because when you add a level of enthusiasm into your life, it's as though you're eating food with spices. It's one thing to just eat to survive, but it's another thing to make your food taste good and in a manner that you like. And in the same way, when you add enthusiasm into your life, the things you do in your life become more pleasant, more enjoyable. Your life has a certain flavor to it, and a certain quality, a certain fragrance. Other people, like when they pass next to a rose bush, will get a sense of that enthusiasm that is flowing through you. So what is the most important thing? Well, I guess I'm saying in this video, not to push what you think the most important thing is on other people, but to act on it for yourself and to enjoy the process. So if you feel something is really important in your life, I say go for it. I say keep it to yourself, keep it secret. Because if you give your power away in the form of telling everyone what you're doing, why you're doing it, you may leak your magic, you may leak. Keep certain things to yourself. A certain mystery about you is infectious. Others want to find it for themselves. So I leave you with that. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Peace.